Elden Dogs is a proud member of the Hair of the Dogcast Network. To get bonus episodes of this show, as well as access to many other amazing perks, check out patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast.
And make sure to check out our new podcast, Zombie Dogs, which covers the Resident Evil franchise. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Roundtable Hold. I honestly didn't want to bring any more Tarnished in here. I don't like anyone that's in this house already, but you grab a spot by the fire. You can go say hi to Rud Erica. Stay on that side. Go get a hug from a woman. But the library is off limits because recording is in progress. This is Sir Gideon Offnear, and this is the hottest podcast in the lands between. People are just raving. I got a review from a demi-human queen. Maggie says, shit's hot. Shit's hot. And I'm like, thanks, Maggie. She's pretty dumb, but she's aight.
And I'm Alexander Iron Fist, and I'm just chilling at the Roundtable Hold. They let me in here.
Yeah.
I don't really know why, but I'm here.
Because we love you, Alexander, because you are what they say, a good jar.
Yeah. Some would say the best jar. I'm a good jar.
I'm not going to say the best jar, but you are definitely a good one.
I'm my favorite jar.
Okay. Yeah. So we're getting pretty fucking close to Shadow of the Erd Tree. And we recorded our Dogcast the other day, and we briefly mentioned the new trailer. And the new trailer...
The story trailer, yes.
The story trailer. I'm excited.
It was so well done.
It is. There's zero things explained. There is also everything explained. It's one of those things where I know I'm seeing America. I know she's pulling something out of what looks like a little fleshy body. It looks like maybe the Golden Order is like the Elden Ring is being created, but we don't know.
Yeah, I have a lot more questions and no answers. But it was a very pretty trailer, and I liked seeing what's his nuts, because I'm bad with names, go after the city there, with the people
Mesmer,
on the Mesmer.
Impaler.
Yes. He went very Vlad with it at one point.
Yeah, I'm super pumped. All I can say is every single image in that trailer is just could be a giant framed piece of art.
Yeah.
I thought the music was great. I like that they're bringing in the theme from the title screen and from the Elden Beast.
Yeah,
that was hot. Yes, I think it was one of those things, though, after we play the game, we'll be able to say, oh, yeah, fuck. That's what Miquella was up to, and this makes so much more sense. That was the Glomide Queen. But as of now, I was reading something from Cole the other day from Bonfireside Chat, and he's like, it's just not worth getting into. We don't know anything.
Yeah, it's just visually stunning.
And today he tweeted off about for those that aren't familiar with From Software DLC, so this will be your first one, and you're gonna get as many questions as you do answers. They're good. Like, if you just want answers for the things we already are questioning, you'll get a couple. But mostly you're going to get tons of new shit, tons of new characters, and a whole new can of worms that will make things kind of more clear, but also more opaque.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. The only problem that I'm running into is that it's right next to Indie Games Month, and I have a lot of games on my schedule currently.
I'm so excited that I only have Pizza Tower left to get through before Shadow of the Erd Tree will be the only thing in my life besides my wife.
That's a good life.
There's a order of operations there. Sir Carly or Lady Carly Offnear is not here yet, so I can say that. But yes, today we are discussing Incantations. This is episode 40, and while making the thumbnail before this, I learned for the first time the Roman numeral for 40.
It would be, is there an L in it?
There is an L. This is my first time getting two L's and Roman numerals in
because an L is 20, right? Is an L 20?
I don't know. It's XL for 40.
So,
man, if it is, I have to go back and change some thumbnails.
I just know that because of the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl's over 40 and there's L's in it.
Yeah, I think you start getting the L's when you hit 40, but we don't know. No one knows for sure.
Maybe an L is 30, and then, yeah, XL would be 10, 30, 40.
If you know Roman numerals or you're from Rome, let us know. Because I don't. We'll send some dung beetles out. Today, incantations. We're talking about incantations. Now, I'm a firm believer in science. My first playthrough, I said, get that fucking prayer book out of my face.
Don't want to see it.
Religions are like wieners. It's great you got them, but I don't need to see them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. Put those boobs away. I'm here to learn science. That's how I feel about it.
The only God I worship is Bill Nye.
Bill Nye and Carl Sagan. Yeah, I'll take some Neil deGrasse Tyson, but I think he went up his butt a little bit.
I've always thought he was up his butt.
Yeah.
There was like a 12-second period when I first discovered him where I was like, this guy's kind of cool. And then I was like, shut up.
I think he just has the wrong tone when he's trying to talk about, the stars were wrong in a movie. I'm like, okay. Yeah. You're the 0.01% that will notice. Sure, that's fine.
You know what I noticed in that movie? The aliens. I was watching Aliens. I watched the movie for the aliens.
Yeah.
I don't care if the fucking pillars of creation can be seen with the naked eye. I don't care.
This was 200 years ago. The stars be in different spots, whatever. But yes, incantations, they are somewhat more nuanced than sorceries, offering a wide array of utility, such as attacking, recovering HP, removing status ailments, buffing your allies and yourself. Faith, like we mentioned, is your primary attribute. And some of these require intelligence and arcane.
This is my new playthrough, what I've been doing. So I've used a few of these.
Do you have a certain incantation you're fond of?
I used the fire one, the fireball one that I started with quite a well. I don't know if I started with it on this playthrough or if I went out and got it, but I like that one quite a bit.
Does that catch fire?
Yeah. No. I'll see it when it's in here.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
That and urgent heal.
We have a lot. There's so many incantations. I think it's like 101 total. So we might move a little fast through some of these, but we also don't give a fuck. There are 8 prayer books. You need seals to use an incantation. Staves, I understand. You can see them, you hold them, but I see a seal, and my first thought is, how am I holding it? Do I wear it on my hand? Or is it like, do I hold it like that? And that's what you do, is you kind of hold it in your hand like that.
Yeah, I don't understand them either, but I think you just palm it.
It's like the power of a symbol.
Yeah.
Dan Brown from the Da Vinci Code would have a field day.
I also just I would prefer more of like the Witcher style where you did different like hand signals for different spells. Like
when you crank up the flick off?
Yes, when you crank up your middle finger.
And then their eyes explode, and then you crank it back down.
Yeah, and then you have to let it cool down.
Or you reach in your pocket and you throw sand.
Sand.
You do like the sand motion, but it's actually a swarm of flies.
Dude, I keep flies in some of my pockets sometimes.
My favorite, though, is the Kamehameha, where you rip ass behind you and you grab it and then you push it forward.
And if you follow that up, because that incantation's mostly what's the methane? If you followed it up with catch fire, you could create a firebomb.
It's the methanol incantation family.
Yeah, it's very, very useful.
Very useful. General boosting, you could generally, you're going to have a seal for a certain class, but general boosting, the Radagon icon shortens the casting time of sorceries and incantations by boosting dexterity exclusively towards spellcasting. And we're going to start off right at the top with the 2 fingers incantations. Our favorite hairy wigglers. They revolve around the influence of the 2 fingers what the 2 fingers inflicts on the inhabitants of the lands between. Mostly a bunch of white magic. A lot of restoration, status ailment cures, and increasing elemental defense. So a lot of these will fall into just like different status ailments or like different elemental affinities. So overview with Two Fingers healing. You're going to heal yourself and allies in a fairly large spherical radius. Potency increases significantly as you upgrade your Sacred Seal. Great Heal provides the best economy, and Lord's Heal, the greatest healing. Heal yourself, your NPC summons your Spirit Ashes. They receive less healing than you will. And major pro tip, Royal Revenants and Revenant followers will incur severe damage from these spells, as well as an instant stance break.
No shit.
Even the fucking lightest little spell you got, they will fall apart. And that is, I didn't know this until I read this, and it makes me very upset.
They just don't have faith.
They are so, they're just so poisoned that a little bit of medicine kills them. They actually have gone all the way around.
It's kind of like in Final Fantasy X.
All of them.
Yeah, when I found out that you could just cast heal on that dead thing and it would die.
Yeah.
Because it's already dead.
And
when you're
Via
underwater.
Purifico.
Yeah.
I don't remember people's names. It's fucking stupid.
Steel Vault.
Steel Vault for locations in video games. All heals minus the urgent heal will damage the Revenant for exactly 300 HP and 50% of their max HP and instantly breaks their stance. So, powerful. Urgent heal, quick and not too substantial. Regular heal, Great Heal, Lord's Heal. It's a whole bunch of the same stuff.
I'm using Urgent Heal right now until I get Heal. Urgent Heal is good because it's quick. Yeah. And then I don't really have to burn through my flasks as often because I have a great sword in one hand and a seal in the other with this playthrough. So I'm relying on dodging, and I don't really use a ton of my FP right now. So it's very beneficial for me to keep those flasks.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, if I call in my summoners, because right now I'm rocking the wolves because I'm still pretty early on.
Yeah.
They will draw enough aggro to where I can actually pop it off to pretty easily without getting hit or interrupted.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah. This is your basic Curaga.
Oh yeah. There's more Final Fantasy for you.
Yeah.
Two Finger status cures. Cure Poison will instantly remove all forms of poison and any residual buildup.
I like that. That's great. I like the removing of the residual buildup, especially.
I got to find where to get this one though, because I've been poisoned a couple times, especially in the Weeping Peninsula, trying to fight that Erdtree avatar.
Yeah,
dude, his little poison friends show up.
Yeah. Luckily, poison you can withstand a little bit longer, but like Scarlet Rot, I always feel stupid curing it because usually I'm running through Scarlet Rot anyways. And it's like, well, that lasted 2 seconds.
Yeah. And then Lord's Aid alleviates poison, blood loss, and sleep for the caster and nearby allies. Also cures poison. Hold to continue praying and delay activation.
Pretty sick.
Yep, that would be a nice one to have.
Yeah.
I've never used that one, but my first play was not very faithful. It was more scienceful.
Yeah. So there's like your general Asuna. It'll cure your shits. Our next little school is the Two Fingers Fortifications. Now, these will boost your damage negation for their respective elements by 25% for 90 seconds. Or 60% for 70 seconds with Lord's Divine, which is the last one. But so we have, Magic Fortification, Divine Fortification, Flame Fortification, Lightning Fortification. All of those respective elements, 25%, 90 seconds. If you're going into a specific scenario and you got your spell ready, helps a lot. And then the Lord's Divine Fortification is, just even more powerful. And that's 60% for 70 seconds.
We have some other two-finger incantations.
Sometimes they don't fall into anything.
Yeah, they're miscellaneous. Assassin's Approach completely silences your footsteps for 30 seconds, reduces fall damage and the sound produced by falling. I've used this exactly one time.
It's one of those things that sounds cool, but generally if I'm sneaking, I'm not going to get caught anyways. If I don't want to get caught, I can get right up behind somebody without having to silence my footsteps.
In my first playthrough, there's like a sentinel that when you're up on the roof after you take that first elevator.
Yeah.
And you can go right and there's the eagle, or you can go left and kind of drop down where that sentinel patrols. I tried to get behind him and I used the cotton that you put in your shoes that you can create because that does the same thing.
Sick.
But I died a couple times, so I didn't have any cotton left.
Dude.
But I had gone further past Godric. I took the side route because Godric was pissing me off on my first playthrough. I ended up getting this, and then I used it for that exact spot. So I've used it exactly one time. And it worked because I'd landed behind the sentinel, and then I ran the other way.
Yeah, it's a little niche.
Rejection creates a shockwave knocking back nearby foes. Charging increases the size of the shockwave. Staggers most enemies or knocks them to the ground entirely. Against larger enemies, this is a great way to set up a charged attack. Used against Brad a whole lot in his 20s.
Yeah, that's true.
I was reading that sentence. I was like, this doesn't make sense because I was reading it as I go.
Yeah, that's actually in the notes. Rejection hurts a lot. I've been staggered and knocked down onto the ground, and I just had to take a shot afterwards and try and get on with myself.
Yeah, no, I've been well into my 30s.
Fuck you, Brad. I was like, damn it. Damn, she used rejection.
Shadow bait creates a pale gold shadow before the caster, lures foes of human build, and attracts their aggression.
Shadow bait sounds a little sketchy.
It does.
Yeah.
It's like...
It sounds like jailbait.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then darkness creates a veil of darkness that conceals the caster, blinds enemies for several seconds, resets hostility, run behind them, and get a critical attack. That sounds awesome. I want to use that.
Oh, what's that little cloud floating towards me? I bet it's not a person.
I could probably just walk away.
Our next school here is the Erdtree Incantations. Now, they are advanced spells with exceptionally potent offensive and defensive effects. They come from the worship of the Erdtree. And no equipment boost for this school as a whole. The Crucible Tree and Axe both will grant an additional 3.5% damage with Crucible aspects. However, our first little grouping is the aspects of the Crucible. These deal damage with temporary partial transformations. So we have aspect of the Crucible Breath. This is where you create a giant throat pouch on your neck, like a
frog,
like a big old frog, and it allows you to spew fiery breath while walking. You can walk with this. Could you
imagine if frogs could do that in real life? How much more of a danger frogs would be?
Certain frogs can do something like that.
There's not a frog on this planet that can spit fire.
I wish. Don't pet my frog, dude. Trust me, that thing is not happy.
Toads will give you warts. Frogs will burn you.
Well, you can lick a toad to get high.
You can't. That's real?
That's a real thing in a certain forest.
I wouldn't want to do that. And also...
But, dude, if you didn't have access to any drugs and you were a kid, like licking toad is what you did when you were a teenager. And then you smell like Axe body spray when you got home.
Just like... that falls into the camp of things I wonder why people did them. Like the first person that drank a cow's milk. Like, they're like, I could do that. The milk is a little
obvious, though.
Yeah, because breast milk is a thing that exists.
Yeah.
So, like, you can draw the correlation there. But somebody saw a toad. They probably were just going to eat it. And then they were like, yo, that kind of got me fucked up.
I mean, Jackass created an entire brand off of doing dumb shit you don't think people would do.
I know, and I love that.
And they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they didn't. But
no, not till the end, and only a few of them did.
Yes, you project a sustained conical burst of flame at close range until you release the cast button. Now, fun fact, the size of your throat pouch will reveal how much FP you have to sustain the attack. So as you can see your pouch getting smaller, and that signifies that you're running out of FP. Also, if an enemy is using it on you, you can do that. Great for killing groups of weaker enemies. We have the Horns. Now, this strikes a narrow area with a stronger knockdown effect than the following tail. The Horn attack functions like a short-range tackle. Charging the attack results in a longer wind-up, followed by a nearly instantaneous mid-range dash that will stagger or flatten any creature of roughly human size. Pretty cool. Little charge. And, yeah, tail creates a supple tail, is what it says in the description. It's supple.
That's cute.
People don't say supple often. Supple tail that sweeps through foes before the caster with a 360-degree blow, dealing physical damage and staggering. Charging the spell adds a similar follow-up attack with significantly longer reach. Both hits will easily knock down enemies and stagger stronger ones. I mean, this is cool. You're just like summoning stuff from like the old Crucible primordial soup, like growing horns and tails. I'm into this shit.
Yeah, this is pretty dope.
It's pretty cool.
This is going to be a good episode to do as I'm playing a little bit of Elden Ring here and there because I don't know anything about incantations.
You're going to learn a lot today.
This is like a crash course.
It sure is.
Next up, we have the Erdtree offenses.
Offensives.
Offensives. Yeah, it's not like, you don't just say like cunt. It's not that offensive.
Sure.
It's actual, it's a game plan. It's not like you are insulting, the demi-humans that you're fighting.
Hey, Patreon supporters.
First one we got is Black Blade. Caster creates an illusory. Dude, that's fucking hard word to say. It's like, it took me forever to learn how to say jewelry.
Welcome to the fucking big leagues, Alexander.
Yeah. The caster creates an illusory Black Blade.
Fucking nailed it.
Then leaps forward to deliver a spinning slash that emits a wave of light. This can be followed up with one additional attack. An aerial slash with mid-range projectile. Aerial slash with mid-range projectile.
I put down Clim Hazard the way that Cloud uses a Clim Hazard in Final Fantasy.
That's pretty cool. Deals immediate holy damage, and then 1 plus 0.001% of target's max HP 10 times per second for 2 seconds.
It's fucking obtuse.
Yeah,
that's what it says in the guide, so I just put it down. But it's like, essentially, it's going to have a lingering damage effect that is proportionate to their max HP.
But you do, so it's 1 plus an additional 0.001% of target's max HP 10 times for 2 seconds per second.
So 20 times, but
reduces the target's maximum HP by 10% for 15 seconds. That's
good too.
That's a word soup that I did not understand.
I get it. Mostly it means hits them and then continuously hurts them.
Next we got Wrath of Gold, functionally similar to Rejection. This takes longer to cast, costs more FP, and deals a significant amount of holy damage. If you charge it, it will increase the size of the shockwave. It's good against Crucible Knights, and we don't say that often.
No, we don't. The fact that there's anything that's good against Crucible Knights is pretty special, to be honest.
And then lastly, we have Elden Stars.
That's a big one.
Which, if the Lands Between had a hockey team, this would probably be the name.
The Elden Stars? Or the Elden Beasts, too.
Oh, yeah, that could work, too.
Yeah. The Golden Orders.
I only say that because I know the Dallas Stars exist. They got knocked out of the playoffs. Good, because I don't like that team.
Man. They look mean this year.
They're not mean anymore. They're on vacation.
Ooh, they're done.
Creates a stream of golden shooting stars that assail the area. The spell summons a slow-moving gold projectile that rapidly shoots off smaller projectiles. The caster can move with the spell and perform other actions while the projectiles are active. I like every spell and incantation that works this way.
So what you can do is you cast it, and then you do the little twirl thing you get from the jellyfish, and you can just dance around in the stars while it's killing enemies.
It's
like a Taylor Swift song. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know any Taylor Swift, actually. But
I wonder, she probably wouldn't like Elden Ring.
I wish there was more music in the Lands Between.
Apparently she likes Grand Theft Auto for other reasons, though. But
I think we only have 2 confirmed instruments in the Lands Between. Because we have the merchant's little string instrument. And then we know that they have the horns for announcing enemies are coming near. But I want
to say I saw a drum somewhere.
There's the bubble thing from the oracles. There probably was a drum somewhere.
Yeah, I think I saw a drum. When you go to where all the merchants were massacred underneath the sewers, I think there's a drum in there. Okay.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you know of other instruments, hit us up in the Discord or on Instagram or something. I'm curious.
So this will be long range, low velocity homing projectile with continuous secondary homing projectiles. It's a spherical AoE.
I like it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I might use that.
Yeah, anything that does damage over a large range and you can still fuck around inside after it. Good stuff.
I mean, it's going to take a while for me to get up there, though, because it says that your faith requirement's 50 and it uses 41 FP. So,
yeah,
it's going to take me a minute.
Dude, you got to pray 20 Hail Marys a day.
Dude, I got to be so religious. How many times can you take communion in a day?
I don't know if there's a limit. You just have to have a clean slate to take communion, and I've done it maybe twice in my life. Because you're supposed to be like completely pure before you have communion, which is why Riley doesn't in midnight mass, because he has a lot of things he's not allowed to take it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I took communion at a church, and I was not Catholic. I wonder what church I was going to at the time. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. We have the Erd Tree heals. The first one we have is Blessings Boon. It's a spherical AoE health regeneration buff. So this is, regen. Heals 8 HP per second for 90 seconds. And this will damage revenants for 10 HP plus 3% of their max HP per second for 30 seconds as well. So yeah, continual damage, it's a good thing to have. Or continual healing, it's a good thing to have. Blessing of the Erd Tree. Same as the Blessings Boon, but with 12 HP per second. And then the Erd Tree Heal, which heals a vast amount of HP. Big warning, though, this heals late game Crucible Knights.
That sounds terrible.
And you think that even maybe they'd calm down. They're like, oh.
Thanks, bud.
But no.
Yeah, no, that's
for some reason, even more mad. Get my savior's name out your damn mouth. Or something like that. I don't know. Sure.
Next up, we have the Erd Tree group buffs.
Group buffs.
These are a bunch of Erd Trees that hit Gold's Gym in their tiny tank tops.
The Golden's Gym, Golden Order Gym.
Boosting on testosterone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You done with these flasks, bro?
Oh, my flask has muscle milk in it, and the other one's got protein powder. I don't even mix it. I just eat it like chalk.
Oh, I use crow's milk.
Oh, I didn't even know crows make milk.
And I have red Rune Bear. It's like Red Bull, but fucking crazier. It's got cocaine in it.
These will provide a boost to elemental damage negation for the caster and nearby allies.
Yep.
The Barrier of Gold boosts magic damage negation by 60% for 70 seconds for caster and allies, which that sounds like that's actually pretty useful.
Yeah.
60% is a lot.
But it's magic damage, so it's specifically just for magic.
So the Academy would be a good place to use this.
Not a bad spot.
Golden Lightning Fortification boosts lightning damage negation by 60% for 70 seconds. Protection of the Erd Tree increases fire, magic, lightning, and holy damage by 30% for the caster. And then Golden Vow multiplies damage dealt by 15% and increases damage negation by 10% for the caster and allies in range for 80 seconds.
It's a good one.
That sounds pretty dope. I would like that.
Yeah. Well, and it's one thing when you have allies with you, if you're summoning someone to come help fight with you, it's double helpful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a lot of these, it's great to throw on right before you walk through the door.
Yeah.
Then you'll have it going into the battle before it starts. You don't have to waste time doing that, which is, it's pretty righteous. I have so much faith these days. Our next school is the Golden Order Incantations. Just more fucking nerd stuff. Erd Trees and Golden Orders and 2 fingers.
Yeah.
I like the dark shit, dude. If I'm going to I want the dark religions is what I'm into. And these are all like, oh, I'm Protestant. This is Lutheran. This is Catholic. It's great. I respect you.
Give me the heavy metal stuff.
But give me some of that animism, dude. I want to talk to a tree. Yeah, so we have the Golden Order fundamentals. This requires faith and intelligence with 2 exceptions. These provide potent supportive effects or deal significant amounts of damage. You can boost these with the Golden Order seal, which buffs Golden Order incantations by 10% and scales incantation using both intelligence and faith. And then you have the Radiant Gold Mask, which boosts Golden Order incantations by 10% as well. My first grouping is the Golden Order Frisbees, which I do like these.
Yeah, that could be an Ultimate Frisbee team name.
Yeah, and this is one of my favorite incantation groups. There's something really fun about throwing these Frisbees at people. They generate Frisbees that travel in a line at a fixed distance before returning to the caster. So more like a boomerang a little bit, but... Inflict damage once on the way out and once on the way in.
That's what she said.
Ayo. It's like
that's what she said.
It's like in 7.
Yeah. Oof.
These can be used in rapid succession. The caster can use a spell parry. Such as Carrion Retaliation or Golden Retaliation to deflect a returning discus and proc the effect of the spell parry used. So you send it out and you just then it becomes like a paddle ball where you can just keep knocking it back at people.
That is very similar to Sea of Stars. There is an attack that I forget the character's name, the blue-haired girl has, where she essentially just boomerangs a disc of light at every enemy, and it gets faster and faster, and you can just, as long as you time the tapping right, you just bam, 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 bam.
I love it. It's so cool.
Dude, it's such a cool thing.
There's always a blue-haired girl, isn't there?
There's always one.
The next one is the first one we have is the Discus of Light, and then there's also the Triple Rings of Light, which 3 for the price of 1.
Great value.
Great value. It is the ARF family brand of incantations.
Next up, we have the Golden Order buffs.
Just a bunch of buff dudes.
Yeah, just a bunch of muscle head.
Are you reading the Bible again? Me too.
Do you believe in the? Do you believe in the 2 fingers? I have so much faith I can lift this dumbbell with 2 fingers. My fingers got biceps.
We'll keep one of those, maybe.
The Immutable Shield renders your shield completely impervious to elemental attacks and status ailments for 30 seconds. So, super shield.
Right. Very cool.
Mega shield. Order's Blade. Apply 75% of the Sacred Seal's Faith incantation scaling to your weapon as additional holy damage for 90 seconds. This incantation is especially damaging to those who live in death. Any enemy felled by this incantation cannot be revived. I used this on my first playthrough when I respec'd shortly, or just for that little bit where I wanted to try incantations. Mm-hmm. And then I went back to science and I was like, maybe church ain't for me.
Yeah, but you tried.
But I am looking for this one currently because I want it in my repertoire.
Well, and
for my current build.
These all require faith and a little bit of intelligence.
No, the Order's Blade I'm currently looking for it, and I haven't Googled where to find it because I was like, I'm a little bit of a masochist yet with Elden Ring, even though I've beaten it once.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm just going to say fuck it and go get it because I want it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Our next grouping is the Golden Order Other Spells, a little bit of everything. We have Order Healing. It removes Deathblight buildup. Pretty nuanced. But if you're fighting a worm face, that might
be your cup of tea.
That might be your cup of tea. The Litany of Proper Death. It's a simple but highly situational holy attack that strikes a fan-shaped forward area with a slow-moving wave of light. The spell has almost no effect on enemy types other than those who live in death. But when used against these undead foes, it will yield absurdly high damage and prevent reanimation.
Which is so nice, because when those bitches get up, I'm like, how many times do I gotta teach you this lesson? Stay down.
Stay down, old skelly.
And I don't have time to come beat you when you're down.
Yeah, use this on the Tibia Mariners.
You know, they are not hard. I just fought like
they're not hard.
They're not hard at all.
But they're not supposed to be, I don't think. I think it's supposed to be like more symbolic.
Yeah, they are one of the cooler things you can find in the game, though.
Fuck yeah, man. Little Greek ferryman escorting souls. And then we have Radagon's Rings of Light. This produces a golden ring of light and fires it across a wide area. Charging enhances range. This spell is very effective for farming the Albinarchs in Mogwin Palace due to its high damage and wide area. If you're looking for some easy runes, I recommend it. We have the Law of Causality. Spherical AoE counterattack. This is where you brand yourself in a ring of light for 120 seconds, during which time a large spherical explosion of holy energy will automatically strike your surroundings if you sustain 5 consecutive instances of damage. So essentially, I dare you to hit me 5 times in a row.
I bet you won't do it.
Just see what happens, dude. This won't work for poison or scarlet rot or seppuku, but it's cause and effect. It's essentially get hit 5 times and then you can punish people. It's kind of a funny thing.
Yeah, and in a game where I know I'm going to get hit 5 times, this would be very useful.
Yeah, if there's like a group of enemies, you know they're going to just get you a bunch.
I'm so much better at dodging than when I first started the game, but man, do I miss a shield. Because I'm trying to do no shield this time where I'm just doing light load and trying to
until you get
dodge
to
around.
the Shadow of the Erd tree, and you're going to get those attack shields.
Dude, for real.
You're going to have an entire build based on that.
Well, I'm hoping I can carry this guy over into the Shadow of the Erd tree, and then they're going to have a crazy shield with some like faith buff on it. And I already have the great sword, so it would be, and I might switch to a halberd so I can do like that poking shield method.
You know, I don't know if I'm more excited for the gameplay or the story, because honestly, just seeing the new fucking weapons and the giant jar in the trailer, that had me jacked.
I'm ready for new exploration in a place that I've never been. Plus, like different enemy types is going to be crazy, and I think I'm most excited for the new boss battles.
I want to be scared of bosses again,
dude. I still am, man.
We just said that, and the lights flickered. In here.
That was spooky.
The candle. I mean, we don't have electricity in the round table hold. The panel is in the basement. Then Law of Regression immediately removes all non-permanent status changes from every unit within its massive area of effect. This will just debuff everybody everywhere. All buffs and debuffs, self and main hand buffs, enchantments, wondrous physics, status element buildup, and effects in certain spells essentially equalizes the playing field. Also, Finkel is Einhorn. This is how you discover Radagon and Marika are one and the same. Laces out Marika.
Laces out Marika, yeah.
I guess it'd be Laces out Godric. No, Laces out Godfrey. We'll go with Godfrey.
Yeah.
He is Dan Marino in that scenario, I think.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah, Godfrey is Dan Marino.
Next up, we have our next school, the Dragon Cult Incantations.
Now you're speaking my language a little bit more.
Now we're getting into the more heavy metal.
Let me get into that heavy shit.
Originate from the red lightning of the ancient dragons, although this also includes some offshoots with their own properties. The Dragon Cult originated from the friendship of Godwyn the Golden and Fortisax. Unlike Dragon Communion, which also relies on arcane to mimic the diverse physical capabilities and elemental powers of modern dragons, these spells draw exclusively on faith, which is my jam currently.
Okay.
A wide selection of offensive abilities which emphasize either per hit or per second damage. If you want to boost, you can get the Gravelstone Seal for 15% for most dragon incantations. All Dragon Cult incantations deal lightning damage and receive damage buffs from the Lightning Scorpion Charm, 12%, and the Lightning Shrouding Cracked Tear, 20%.
A lot of different ways you can buff these.
Yes. And I think this is what Dylan was on, wasn't it? Wasn't he the Lightning Boy? He was back.
He was a breath boy.
He was a breath boy.
He was a breather. He was a mouth breather.
We went over to his place one day, and he was throwing some lightning bolts around, and then that was what made me respect, because I was like, yeah, science is cool, but that lightning.
I'd like to just watch him play Elden Ring, because I think he just thinks it's cool to hate on it, and I think he actually likes it, but he doesn't want to admit that he likes it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So first up, we have the Dragon Cult Lightning Spears. Launch a bolt of lightning directly towards your target. Very simple, very effective, makes sense. Without charging it, evasive NPCs and other dodgers will not be able to avoid it. Relatively short range on this one, though. This is the other one that I'm searching for right now.
Throwing a spear is cool.
And if that spear is made of lightning, even better.
Even cooler.
And then you have Ancient Dragon's Lightning Spear. This and Fortisax's
Manscaped.
Lightning Spear attack the area directly in front of you with massive spears of lightning, releasing secondary electrical currents. The majority of the damage comes from the first strike. This attack can knock down most enemies. Fortisax's Lightning Spear functions similarly, launching 2 consecutive bolts that are less powerful individually, but deal more combined damage if both strike. So don't miss with that bad boy. Next, we have the Frozen Lightning Spear, which, could you imagine if frost lightning was a thing?
I wish it was.
Dude, that'd be gnarly. Then you just strike the ground and then everything turns to frost.
Just a lightning storm in a blizzard.
I've actually seen that one time. It was in Arkansas.
Don't rub it in, dude.
It wasn't really a blizzard.
I guess you had to go to Arkansas, though.
Yeah, weird stuff happens there.
Yeah.
It wasn't a blizzard, though. It was just like a little bit of a snowstorm they got.
A little out of hand.
There
was no dragons there.
No, just my grandma. And she's awesome. And she's like, look at that. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
The Frozen Lightning Spear, like the other spears, except rather than a circular area for the follow-up attack. This one has a long forward cone. Frostbite buildup of 120. Against large enemies, this attack will hit multiple times, dealing increased damage and frost buildup. A good early game alternative to Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike.
I like it.
Yeah, the requirements aren't too bad either, especially if you're doing a faith build, because it only takes 34 faith.
Not too bad.
Yeah, you can get there pretty quick. Fortisex's Lightning Spear. Damage drops off with distance very dramatically. Not at all good for room clearing or multiple opponents. So maybe a 1v1 for that guy.
With a high faith requirement.
Yeah, I don't think that one's really worth my time. The Frost Lightning Spear, though, that sounds like it could be fun.
That's where it's at. Our next group is the Dragon Cult Other Offensive Abilities. Now we have the Honed Bolt, which summons a bolt of lightning to strike down foes from above. You can cast it repeatedly. Just headbanging and lightning is striking. Always a big fan. Lightning Strike summons a bolt of lightning that scatters and spreads across the area. We have Lanciax's Glaive. Creates a red lightning glaive that sweeps the area from above, primarily for crowd control and best at sufficiently close range. We have Death Lightning.
Which is just lightning.
But it causes Deathblight.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Because lightning already will kill you. I think we're getting a little Deathblight storm outside now. This causes a storm of Death Lightning, inflicting Deathblight on foes with a Deathblight buildup of 50, and Lingering Clouds will do 30 Deathblight buildup per tick.
Rainy with a chance of Deathblight.
Rainy with a chance of Deathblight out there. It's raining cats and watchdogs, burial watchdogs out there.
I would stay inside if I was you.
I would stay inside. And then we have the Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike. Fantastic against large, slow-moving enemies and bosses. Repeatedly strike an expanding circular area, with charging increasing the number of lightning bolts and their damage by 20%. If you like lightning, we just gave you a list of fun things to go do with yourself.
I think I'm going to move into lightning with my build, because I did none of it the first time.
You're going to turn into a big old worm, dude.
That'd be fine with me.
Okay.
I'm in the land between. I can always put a jar suit on and then be a worm in a jar.
You'll be the biggest jar ever, dude.
Dude.
That'd be sick.
One day, man.
I'm going to eat the... I'll eat the whole dragon. I need a bigger jar.
Next up, we have the Dragon Cult buffs.
Yeah, dude.
So the Dragon Bolt Blessing. Useful against smaller, more aggressive enemies. 85% of the game. There's a lot of aggressive enemies. There's a lot of small aggressive enemies.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking Vulgar Militia,
yeah,
Demi-Humans. Albinarics are getting into the bigger boys, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grants the caster's body a moderate level of deflection, causing weaker blows and smaller weapons to rebound.
I like that.
Does not increase damage negation or poise.
Interesting.
So it just lets them bounce off of you, but
you get a moderate level of deflection against weaker blows and smaller weapons.
But they can still break your stance. It's not going to help your poise at all. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, that'd be tricky too, because then if somebody rolls in with a bigger weapon, you don't realize that you get your shit rocked.
Mm-hmm.
Grants plus 30 to all status ailment resistances, but reduces lightning damage negation by 35% for 70 seconds. This combos well with the Raptor of the Mists, as it makes light attacks bounce off the player character model, but the attack will still proc the counter jump attack or Raptors of the Mists. Also useful to make sure you're not interrupted while in the air.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, that was a word salad.
Yeah.
That one I understood, though. Less percentages is good. Electrify Armament applies 75% of the Sacred Seal's Faith Incantation scaling value to your weapon as additional lightning damage for 90 seconds.
Good stuff.
I'm going to need that then. You know what? Did you email this list to me?
No, but I will.
Yeah, because I'm going to need it. I'm going to use it as a guide.
There's a lot of work that went in this list.
Yeah. Vike's Dragon Bolt applies 75% of the Sacred Seal's Faith Incantation scaling.
You're doing good.
Value to your weapon as additional lightning damage for 90 seconds. Increase equip load by 15%. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anything that allows me to carry more shit is nice. Decreases lightning damage negation by 35%. You can't hurt yourself with your own lightning.
No, this is like for other people you're fighting against.
Yeah. I haven't used lightning yet, so I didn't know if that would work. Didn't someone say, though, lightning doesn't work underground in this game?
I think that's more of a lore thing. You can bring your own lightning underground.
Yeah, I can manufacture lightning with my seal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kiss from a Rose. That's my favorite seal. Our next school is the Giant's Flame Incantations. These big, beautiful bastards. The Giant's Flame is the flame of ruin, capable of burning the Erd Tree. And so, following the War of the Giants, its ruinous blaze was sealed, and its guardians were appointed to watch over it. Revolves largely around drawing power from the fire giants and their manipulation of fire. If you want to boost it, use the Giant Seal, which boosts the incantations by 20%, and wielding 2 of those will buff it about 44%. All damage-dealing incantations receive damage buffs from the Fire Scorpion Charm and the Flame Shrouding Cracked tier. There are 2 subcategories, those whose damage is boosted by the Giant Seal and those that don't. Our first group here is the Giant's Flame offensive spells that don't benefit. So we have Catch Flame and O Flame. These both can be obtained relatively early and both offer exceptional damage per second with a very low FP cost. Unfortunately, they both have extremely short reach and they can both be cast in rapid succession.
Catch Flame is what I'm using right now.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yep, you were right.
That's what I said.
As soon as I saw the requirements, I'm like, yep, that's my boy.
Yeah, this is about speed and versatility, and it can be used while jumping or sprinting, which is even more unique, which I do like.
And it's quick, too. It's very quick.
Yeah. It's like having Roman candles just in your pocket.
Yeah, and it's a pretty solid fireball, too. It's not like a pebble.
It's a nice
Although I do miss the pebbles. Flintstone pebbles were.
The pebbles are all right. Yes, and the O Flame is optimized for power, a much stronger version of Catch Flame. However, unlike Catch Flame, O Flame is slower to cast, can't be chain casted, and the spell cannot be used out of jumps, rolls, or sprinting, so it's got a lot less utility. Its high damage and decent AoE can still find a niche, though, as a sidearm spell for less spell-dedicated Faith users. Another offense spell that will not benefit is Fire's Deadly Sins. This sets both the caster and the surrounding area ablaze with raging flames. The caster's body will remain engulfed in flame for a while, burning them and any who draw near. Charging enhances the potency. You'll do fire damage 3 per tick and 40 seconds. 3 damage per tick for 40 seconds for a total of 246 damage. Charging will increase damage of initial explosion and add 1 point of damage to that buff.
Now we got the Giant's Flame offense spells that do benefit. Flame Sling, ranged counterpart of Catch Flame and O Flame, providing early game access to a basic fire projectile that travels generous distances and a parabolic arc before dealing damage in a small spherical AoE.
I like this one.
Charging the spell increases its power and slightly expands the explosion. Next up, we got Flame Fall Upon Them. I like how some of these are like you're talking to the flame, like "Oh flame" and "Flame fall upon them."
Oh flame,
like you're talking to the fire.
Yeah. I say flame on is what I say.
Like, what is his name? Johnny Flame, Johnny Fire, Johnny.
It's Johnny Fiery Boy.
Yeah.
Johnny Hot Pants.
Johnny Hot Pants.
I think it's Johnny Blaze. I think you were right.
Yeah.
Dylan would shake his head.
This hurls 12 balls of fire at once. This was the inspiration for Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash.
Oh, I thought it was hemorrhoids.
Charging enhances potency and causes the balls of fire to explode.
Manscaped.com. Use discount code DOGCAST20 for 20% off.
Yeah, and if you want to buff your balls of flame, you can get the boxers, which I'm currently wearing, that are very comfortable.
I haven't used the boxers yet.
Oh, I used them today.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
The spread of the projectile often means you can hit dodging enemies, a useful tool against NPC invaders. Surge O Flame.
Surge O Flame.
Creates a stream of fire to burn the area before the caster.
This is a little flamethrower.
This incantation can be cast while in motion, hold to maintain the effect. Very low damage, even with an extremely optimized loadout. However, this is an extremely cheap fire damage option and can be used by most characters to reset frostbite status effects, allowing them to be applied again, which would be cool. A fire and ice build, I should make a character, make him look like Shaquille O'Neal.
Or Jon Snow is what I was thinking.
And do an icy hot build.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great.
You win that one.
Dude. Whirl of Flame creates a spiraling stream of fire that burns the area before the caster. Charging enhances potency and reach. Creates a column of projectiles that pass through enemies, dealing damage multiple times and hitting additional lined up enemies. This projectile, though, it's not going to go through walls.
Limiting.
No. Giant's Flame, take 3. Take thee.
Take 3 and call me in the morning.
Hurls a massive ball of raging fire. Charging enhances the potency and causes the ball of fire to explode. It can be charged for an additional damage, which would be plus 10% and a bigger explosion radius. And who doesn't like bigger explosions?
Make them bigger.
Michael Bay is always making them bigger, badder, and more raging.
And he makes money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many runes? Yeah, no, it's a dumb joke. Provides a powerful knockback against medium-sized enemies. One of the highest damage ranged attacks in the game, coming at the very high FP cost as a trade-off. But it says FP is only 30. Doesn't seem like a ton. There's been other on the list that are higher than that.
That was epic.
That was pretty awesome. Flame of the Felled God releases a ball of raging fire said to be inhabited by a fell god. That is the most heavy metal thing we've said all day.
Yeah, man.
This fireball floats towards the enemies and explodes, setting the area ablaze. Can knock back enemies upon exploding. Useful against bosses like Melina. This spell... Melania. Oh, dude, fucking George R. R. Martin needs to... Please, put different letters and names.
I can hear his little high-pitched laugh.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't care. He's just going to the bank.
This spell is extremely effective against Erdtree avatars.
Who'd have thought? Oh, you little branchy boys can't handle your fire.
Yeah, would have never have thunk it. They're weak to fire damage and have low mobility, often standing in the lingering flames for the whole duration because they're dumb and they don't get out of the AoE. And then lastly, we got Burn O Flame, which of course it is. Of course it does.
It's just another one.
Raises a series of flame pillars around the caster. Charging further increases the number of flame pillars you can get. Damage can be extremely high against large enemies when multiple pillars will hit them, though even a single pillar deals a significant amount of damage. Uncharged, however, this spell has a fairly quick startup, making it very useful crowd control if you can afford the high FP cost.
There's a lot of ways to burn people in the lands between.
And
that's what I've just learned.
Yeah, like they're really heavy on the fire, and I'm using fire now, but the lightning just seems like it'd be fun.
My experience with fire is it's usually the bad gods.
That just makes it more intriguing.
Because when Stannis Baratheon burns his daughter...
That fucker.
I was like, I'm not into this anymore.
You went too far.
You went too far, dude. You could have had some lightning.
You made the Onion Knight cry, which is extremely easy because his name's the Onion Knight.
It's in his name. We also have a few other Giant's Flame spells here. These all fall into their own category. This is Flame Cleanse Me. This alleviates poison and scarlet rot buildup and cures these ailments. Very good. But it will leave the caster with subtle burns and you will take 15 damage, but it is worth it to get rid of scarlet rot buildup. Flame Grant Me Strength. Enhances physical and fire affinity attack power by 20%. And it'll boost stamina regeneration by 5 per second for 30 seconds. And then we have Flame Protect Me. Creates a fire within that greatly increases fire damage negation by 60% for 70 seconds. Now, I'll jump into this next one, Tyler, since you did a lot of those ones in a row.
Flame Cleanse Me, by the way, is the most, I think, one of my most used incantations.
I wish we could see that information in the back end of the game.
Yeah. I used it a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it can get rid of scarlet rot. That's very useful.
No.
You need it.
There's another one I can't remember the name of. It's a Cleanse Me.
I just like the idea of just burning yourself to get rid of something. We're going to move into the Godskin incantations. This is some dark, cool shit. These revolve around drawing power from the Black Flame and are typically seen used by the Godskin enemies. You might know them as horrible, horrible monsters.
Not a fan. 0 out of 10. Would not. I give them bad Yelp reviews, bad Uber reviews.
I love them.
On Next Door Neighbor, I just make up shit about them.
I love them. I love it when they're together. I love it when one's tall and skinny. I like that the other one's a big boy, and that they roll around in stupid ways. I love them.
I've been on the record multiple times. My least favorite thing in the game.
Among the most reliable and powerful fire attacks available in the game, you can boost these with the Godslayer seal for a plus 10% for offensive spells. Damage dealing Godslayer incantations all deal fire damage, even the Noble Presence, and you will receive damage buff from the Fire Scorpion Charm and the Flame Shroud and Crack tier, like we mentioned on a lot of the other ones. These attacks apply damage over time, effects similar to Destined Death, where it depletes a fixed percentage of the target's health over a brief time. Now, this is going to be another one of those little word salads that are going to be a lot of numbers to comprehend. So when you get the effect, it damages target for 1 plus 0.001% of their max HP 10 times per second for 2 seconds. The damage over time effect does not scale with anything, which means it can be effective even at low levels of faith in order to deal damage from afar to high health enemies. Enables them to penetrate high defenses, such as the Erdtree Burial Watchdog and Valiant Gargoyle. So, some pretty unique utility with these incantations if you know what you're up to. So pay attention. We have our first one. We're going to go into the Godskin offensive attacks. We have the Black Flame. Functions similarly to the Flame Sling. Should be considered a direct upgrade. This is a single fireball in an arc that creates a small explosion, and charging the spell increases AoE and increases damage by 28. And like we said, not only are you doing that initial damage, but you're also creating a small amount of continuous damage. And we also have Noble Presence. This is a close range rising spherical AoE. You thrust out your belly with gusto. You spin yourself around. That's what it's all about.
The hokey pokey is what this one's called.
You thrust your belly out with gusto to produce a shockwave that knocks back nearby foes. Fucking cool.
And there's always, in these games, there's always a guy with a big gut that does this.
Yeah.
And it's the belly bounce.
The belly bounce.
The belly bounce, you're right.
You would have expected them to be the exclusive butt bounce, too, but that actually went to the Erdtree avatars. The Erviters.
The Erviters Turkin.
I'm an Erviter. The Noble Presence can be enhanced by charging, knocking enemies into the air. If you're wearing the Godskin Noble Robe, which is the outfit of the Chonky Boy, that strengthens this incantation specifically by 20%. So if you're into belly bouncing, wear that robe.
It's because the robe is made with spandex, so it allows you to belly bounce harder without damaging the fabric.
Harder, faster, stronger.
This is what Kanye and Daft Punk were talking about when they did that.
Kanye wasn't involved in that song.
He sampled it.
So he just stole it.
Yeah, he stole it.
Keep your Kanye talk out of this podcast.
Well, I said Kanye, and then I immediately remembered that it was Daft Punk, and then I hate myself a little bit.
Because it was Daft Punk.
Yeah, but I caught it. I caught it.
We have Scouring Black Flame. This sweeps a wide area before the caster with Black Flame. Close range, rising conical AoE. Charging increases damage by 22% and will increase its width. And the last one here in the offensive spells, we have the Black Flame Ritual. Summons a circle of black flame pillars around the caster. Charging increases the size of the circle. You're just getting surrounded by like dancing pillars of black flame. Pretty fucking cool. Multi-hit, lingering circular AoE, close range, good shit.
And if you would like to see this in real life, all you have to do is buy tickets to a Rammstein show, because I'm pretty sure this is one of the things that they do with their pyro.
Are they still making music? Didn't the guy get canceled?
No,
oh, he's innocent.
He was found, they cleared him.
Okay.
Yeah, Till is in the clear.
Till Schweiger?
Lindemann.
No, Till Schweiger is the actor who played Ugo Stieglitz.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name was Till, too. That must be a popular German name, because I've heard a couple Tills now.
Until death do us part.
Next up, we got the Godskin buffs. Black Flame Blade applies 0.65 faith scaling fire damage to your weapon for 7 seconds.
Not too long.
This incantation can be cast without delay and after performing another action. Throw it on a dagger and just go prison shanking with it.
Very much.
You only got 7 seconds, so you might as well get those in.
Get as many hits as you can.
Yeah, that's good. Black Flame Blade has a very short duration, but fairly quick cast time, especially between actions, similar to Drawstring Grease, and should be used immediately before attacking or between attacks for a continued combo. I will not be using this because in my run, I'm using big swords.
No, don't use this thing.
Big swords.
I like shanking people.
I know, and I want to do a dagger build. There's just so many different builds that I want to try.
Just get Reduvia.
I have Reduvia.
Yeah, that's all you really need. You can fuck around with other ones, but that's where
I really want to make a build that uses the candelabra whip.
Good luck.
I don't know.
The whips just aren't that good.
There's got to be a way to make it cool. I mean, it's already cool. It's a candelabra whip.
You just make a character that looks like Richter Belmont, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. I still like my Shaq idea. I think I'm going to do it.
I'm in, dude.
If I do it, I'm going to screenshot it. I'll send it to you.
You better.
All right. Then we have Black Flame's Protection. Increases physical damage defense by 35 and reduces healing effects by 20% for 70 seconds. The reduction in healing from Crimson Tear Flasks can be entirely negated by equipping the Crimson Seed Talisman.
You love to see it.
Yeah, I love it.
Our next school is the Bestial Incantations. These are offensive spells dealing exclusively physical damage, so not magic damage. You are just doing physical damage. Important to note. These will deal huge poise damage and can easily stagger even larger enemies when buffed by the Stone Barbed Cracked tier. Use the Claw Mark Seal, get a 10% boost, and the Cincadilla for an additional 10%. Or the Cincadilla? I say Cincadilla.
It looks like Cincadilla.
I'm into it. The first group we have are just offensive spells. We have the Bestial Sling, which flings a number of rock shards. This is pocket sand.
Yeah, pocket sand. King of the Hill.
It's always effective. And low FP. I just want to do a pocket sand build, honestly.
I just got this because I just met what's his nuts, the beast clergyman.
Garank.
Yep. And I tried it a couple times.
Check out Manscaped.
I don't think I'm using it right because it doesn't really work, at least for me.
Are you saying that one of the lowest FP,
is not worth your time? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, what?
Who'd have thought?
We have the Beast Claw, which launches 5 shockwaves forward, striking enemies before fading away. High speed, wide area of coverage, low FP cost. This is an annoying spell if you're getting attacked with it, which I always am. We have the Stone of Garank, longer range stone throw, causing heavy health and stance damage. This has no tracking capability, unfortunately. Long range sniping should be done manually for slower opponents, which you're just getting really technical then if you're doing that stuff. This will deal considerably more poison stance damage than any other similar range spells and incantations. So it's pretty good. And then we have the Garank's Beast Claw. Beast Claw with 360 degrees of effect. So back all the way off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a unique little school of spells.
The Bestial Others, the miscellaneous beasts.
A couple of other ones here.
Bestial Constitution alleviates buildup of frost and blood lost. That is going to be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Bestial Vitality restores 5 HP per second for 120 seconds for a total of 600 HP. Most cost efficient healing overtime spell for a single player.
Good to know.
Next school we got is the Blood Oath Incantations. These draw upon Arcane as well as Faith, which is long for, I'm not going to fucking use them.
It's like, oh, that's pretty weird, pretty nuanced, pretty specific. And I will buff my Arcane when I'm going item hunting, but then I'll put it back down afterwards.
Yeah, I just don't see the use in using it.
It's an attribute that is very specific, and if you're using certain weapons, not a lot, or certain spells or incantations,
because I already have to put points in my stamina and my dexterity to wield weapons, and then I got to do vigor, and now I got faith. It's like I only got so much that I can throw around.
Yeah,
my money is spent.
I'm like a little like butter spread over too much bread, you know?
Yeah, a little too much bread.
A little too much bread.
All deal fire damage except Swarm of Flies. Be gnarly if they did. Boost with Dragon Communion Seal to increase the amount of status ailment buildup in some spells. If you want to boost it, you got to get the Lord of Blood's Exaltation Talisman.
There's a bunch of syllables.
Raises attack power 20% when blood loss occurs in the vicinity. That will stack with the White Mask, which also affects sorceries and incantations. That sounds
That's awesome. A build. It sounds like you're working towards a nice build right there. Yeah,
that does sound really cool. I take back what I said about me maybe not using this.
Yeah.
So first up, we got the Blood Flame Talons. Creates blood flame lacerations before the caster, which explode in an instant. This incantation can be cast repeatedly. A blood loss buildup is going to be 50 for it.
Nice.
It's similar in the way that Moog uses the attack. The actual claw sweep deals no damage. Only the explosion deals damage on the target.
It's cool.
I'm taking back everything I said about this. This just sounds cooler and cooler the more I read about it.
The blood. The power's in the blood.
I'll have to look and see what weapon would work best in my offhand with this so that...
Well, something with blood loss.
Yeah.
Reduvia. What is it? Rivers of Blood.
Dude, Reduvia. Like, oh man, now we're talking. Dude, maybe lightning's not the way to go.
We're cooking up a build for you.
I think so. Next up, we have Blood Boon, the sequel to Bloodborne. Would be a funny name. You thrust your arm into...
I don't know if they'll get that done.
That was stupid.
It's so bad.
Thrust arm into the body of the formless mother, then scatter the blood flame to set the area ablaze. Most effective when aimed at the ground in front of the enemy. Can be used to spread blood flame in front of the caster and create a status-inflicting area of denial. Blood loss buildup of 30. And now that I'm looking at the requirements on this, like, it's not much.
No.
Like, you only need Arcane 15 for Blood Flame Talons, and you only need 17 for Blood Boon.
And generally, I'd like my Arcane sitting around 20 before I get to specific builds. So you might be ready to use this.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be
thrust your arm into the body of the formless mother, the invisible blood mom god. You reach and you just pull blood out of her. It's sick, dude.
Dude, that's gnarly.
I would just wish it wasn't Mogwin that was doing it, who is like the lamest of the gods.
Yeah.
Even Godric is a little more cool.
Well, they needed to give him something to make him cool.
Well, it's the whole pedophile on your half-brother thing that kind of ruins his vibe for me.
It does leave a sour taste.
Well, actually, I don't know if it's a half-brother because his mom fucked herself. I guess you're still missing half of the dad, but at least it's not. There's not another dad in there.
Yeah, it's
a weird situation. I guess it'd be maybe a 3/4 brother.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. I'll sum it up by saying, like, it's kind of fucked. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I either way, we don't support Moog and his dynasty.
Lock him up.
Lock him up.
Lock him up.
You want to take a seat for us, Moog?
Go ahead and grab a seat. Swarm of flies.
That pizza's not coming, is it, Moog?
No, it's not. Now I'm thinking about a Chris Hansen build.
Swarm of flies is awesome.
It launches a cloud of carnivorous insects which chase down your current target and disperse into large spheres on contact, dealing repeated instances of minor damage and heavy blood loss buildup. Cast in rapid succession, pocket flies have strong tracking and low velocity, make it effective for even highly dodgy enemies.
Dude, imagine if you could do a swarm of mosquitoes and send it at somebody.
Dude.
It's like not going to kill anyone, but it is the most annoying thing you could do.
Dude, and then they're trying to fight you and they're itchy. There's nothing worse than that.
Sounds awful.
You know, it's cooler with the flies, though.
Yeah.
Blood Flame Blade adds 40% of the Sacred Seal's Faith incantation scaling to your weapon as fire damage and a debuff that inflicts 40 blood loss buildup for 2 seconds. Last 60 seconds, while Blood Flame Blade can grant the hemorrhage status effect to any weapon it is applied to, it is most effective on buffable weapons that already have the effect, such as the Uchikatana.
I think you have a blood build.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Because I have that weapon already.
The sequel to Blood Boon.
Blood Boon.
Now I have to keep your first joke in.
Afflicts the target with a Blood Flame debuff effect that stacks a total of 40 bleed over the course of 2 seconds after striking an enemy. Yeah. It sounds like when I get home, I'm going to be changing some things up.
I'm going to be running around as a pizza chef named Peppino Spaghetti. I'm going to then I'll purge it out of my system, and then I'm going to just be Mr. Elden Ring for a long time.
Every time we do an Elden Dogs, I go home and play Elden Ring for a little bit.
I've been getting a major itch lately, but that's why I need to get everything else out of my system so I have all of the room to get into the shadow. Our next school, we have the Servants of Rot Incantations. Fucking assholes. All very different spells with the primary focus of inflicting poison and scarlet rot. These can be boosted with the Kindred of Rot's Exaltation Talisman that will buff melee and spell damage by 20% when nearby creatures afflicted with poison or scarlet rot. Against bosses, use poison spears like jellyfish to trigger poison more easily, if this is a build you are working on. First one we have is Poison Armament. Add 70 poison to your weapon for 60 seconds. Pretty straightforward. We have Poison Mist. Generates a large cloud of noxious gas which lingers for an extended period of time. Inflicts 20 poison buildup per tick for 15 seconds. Can be cast repeatedly while crouching without breaking stealth. So, pro tip, use repeatedly on sleeping or unaware targets for easy kills. You can kill them without them ever waking up or aggroing. Draconic Tree Sentinel outside Lane Dell. The Godskin Apostle in Dominula Windmill Village, the Baleful Shadow in Ainsel River, and Erd Tree avatars everywhere.
This just makes me think of Tajiri.
Tajiri?
He was a wrestler.
Oh.
And he would spit, like, I think it was green or red. I think it was green. He'd spit it.
Yeah, but
in your face.
But also, if I got spit on, I'd be aware of it.
It was like one of his finishers. That's how he finished a fight.
That's lame.
Yeah, and also
I want to do the Mankind Incantations where a sock starts talking to me.
And then you put it in someone's face.
Servants of Sock.
Servant of Sock, yes.
Yes. We have Pest Threads. These, you're familiar with. Everyone's familiar with Pest Threads. You know, you've seen them if you fought a pest. These deal physical damage, can deal tremendous damage to large enemies because they'll hit, every one of them will hit. Repeatedly depletes their stance, can hit as few as 6 times on smaller enemies just because there's not enough surface area, as many as 30 times though for a larger enemy. And like I said, extremely high damage to large bosses, even without a significant amount of optimization because the projectiles do damage to every piece of geometry they pass through, and the wings, arms, and legs of larger bosses are counted separately. Shit adds up.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the Pest Threads. And then we have Scarlet Aeonia. Causes the caster to rise briefly into the air. This is fucking Millennia. Before performing a short-range forward dive, causing minor damage and heavy staggering. After a brief delay, a massive explosion will occur, leaving a residual effect, causing up to 6 instances of damage and heavy scarlet rot buildup of 150 on initial explosion and 50 per tick in lingering area. It is the culmination of scarlet rot incantations for sure.
Next up, we have the Frenzied Flame Incantations. It is said that the sickness of the flame of frenzy began with Shabiri.
Now that dude is a right royal cunt.
The most reviled man in all of history. Angry? I do not like this guy.
No.
All spells deal fire damage while also inflicting madness buildup on both the target and the caster, making them dangerous to use without clarifying bolus. How do you?
I say bolus.
Bolus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manscaped.com. Check out manscaped.com and use discount code DOGCAST20. Fucking worth it.
Take care of your boluses.
They'll please you.
Yeah. Alternatively, wear the Black Dumpling, which provides 10% attack boost for 60 seconds after being afflicted with madness.
I love the Black Dumpling.
Oh, that's so dumb. Boost if you want to boost it. Frenzied Flame Seal grants all but one of these spells 20% damage, plus 20% damage, without modifying the madness buildup. Madness only affects Tarnished, so
yeah.
The Flame of Frenzy, one of the earliest available sources of fire damage, bombard a wide, roughly fan-shaped area in front of the caster with multiple small sparks of frenzied flame that strike random spots in the radius.
Hate it.
Not a fan of that one.
It looks dumb.
Yeah. Is that the one where you You like,
oh, my eyes.
and then you like look, you like Cyclops them.
No.
That's not this one.
This one is like, you get a bunch of little ones coming out of your eyes.
This one's dumb. Howl of Shrubbery deals extremely high madness buildup to any susceptible enemy in range. Tarnished.
Yep.
Deals virtually no direct damage, but provides a massive 25% attack boost for 40 seconds, regardless of whether or not it connects with an opponent, which is nice. That's pretty good attack, like 1/4 attack boost. And you don't even have to hit.
Yeah.
I can dig that. Also decreases your damage negation by 30% and brands you a priority target. Now,
this is the guy that's making a scene at the bar and everyone wants to kick his ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly. This is not tickling my fancy like the blood build is.
One of these tickles my fancy.
Unendurable Frenzy, similar to the Flame of Frenzy, but it trades a charged form for a greatly extended duration and a much wider AoE. Madness buildup 40 to opponents and 3 to self. So you're going to inflict a little bit on yourself. I don't like anything that hurts me.
I don't like just shooting these random area in front of me flames. Now the next one is maybe it's in my top 3 incantations.
The Frenzied Burst releases a concentrated blast of the yellow flame of frenzy from the caster's eyes. This is what I was thinking about.
Dude, this is straight up Cyclops. It goes so fast. It's one of the fastest incantations in the game.
I like fast too.
Dude, and it's just a Cyclops build. It's just anywhere you look. It's so
Can you
sick.
put 2 eye patches on your creator character? Because that'd be hilarious if you put 2 eye patches on.
There are at least helmets that can cover your eyes.
Yeah, the Prophet starts with like a
little eye covering.
Yeah, a little ribbon.
Yeah.
Charging enhances its potency, enabling the blasts to penetrate the enemy's guard. High range, fast travel speed, and moderate damage makes it an excellent long-range tool in a Faith user's arsenal.
Yeah, if you're a Faith guy, get this. This
This
awesome.
is going to be good. Inescapable Frenzy causes the yellow flame of frenzy to blaze from the caster's eyes. The caster then latches onto foes, spreading the madness.
It's fine. I don't care for many of these outside of Frenzied Burst, which is one of the coolest spells. Our next school, and I believe our final school, it's a big one.
Yeah, this is a lot.
It's a big one, but it's the Dragon Communion Incantations. These are incantations for those that hunted dragons and feasted upon their hearts. Not cool.
Oh, I like dragons, but it is kind of crazy.
Yeah, strongest offensive spells in the early game. Basic forms can be acquired almost immediately by defeating Elder Dragon Grail to obtain 5 Dragon Hearts. Stat requirements are remarkably low, and they provide effective sources of Frostbite and Scarlet Rot, as well as raw physical damage. Breath-type spells are highly effective against individual enemies and large groups of weaker foes, though they use more FP, require both Faith and Arcane. You can boost them with the Dragon Communion Seal for 15%, and the Roar Medallion will raise damage of various breath-based incantations by 10% in PvE and 5% in PvP. The damage increases now apply to all Dragon Communion incantations except Dragon Maw and Dragon Claw. So our first one, we're going to go through the breaths here.
Is this what you were talking about? Dylan was playing?
He likes the breath.
Yeah, he likes the breath.
Dragonfire, Ice, Glintstone Breath, and Rotten Breath all conjure a dragon head on your body and unleash a long-range breath attack of the corresponding element. Dragonfire and Glintstone Breath deal fire and magic damage respectively, while Rotten Breath deals physical damage and applies Scarlet Rot, and Dragon Ice deals physical damage and applies Frostbite. Essentially, just 4 different versions of kind of the same spell. And then there's also the one level higher of all of those, which is Aghil's Flame, Smerig's Glintstone Breath, Borealis' Mist, and Enzeek's Decay. These are advanced versions of their generic counterparts with a much higher FP cost and longer range, focused AoEs, and improved damage. These spells can be used in midair, enabling you to avoid attacks from shorter enemies by casting at the apex of your jump. So yeah, a lot of buildup. Like Dragon Ice is 110 Frostbite, and Borealis' Mist is also 110 Frostbite, but you do more damage is how that one works. Yeah, so essentially, you have the regular versions, 4 of them, and then stronger versions.
More breaths.
Got all the breaths.
We got more breaths. Also conjures a dragon head, but instead of constant breath, this launches a single projectile or two if used in succession with a much shorter delay before activation with a spherical AoE and lingering lava damage zone. So magma breath is what we're talking about here. And then we got...
And Theodorix's magma.
There it is.
Yeah, which is, much like the other ones. There's just two different versions, but these function differently than the prior breaths.
And I'm noticing on anything that requires faith and arcane, the arcane is not like a super high requirement.
Arcane's never high. I wonder offhand, what's the highest arcane requirement in the game? It's never too high.
Yeah, I think that's probably because there's a lot of other categories that demand your attention.
Yeah, let's do these last ones. You want to take the first two and the other Dragon Communion spells?
Yeah, we got Dragon Claw, transforms the caster into a dragon to tear through foes with Dragon Claws, allows one follow-up attack, heavy damage to both HP and stance, and is very good for interrupting enemy attacks. Provides an enormous amount of temporary pose, because you're taking the form of a fucking dragon.
Dragons are pretty powerful.
And then Dragon Maw, transforms caster into a dragon to bite enemies before them. Simple, but devastating physical damage spell. I used this one in my first build a little bit because I wanted to see what this Dragon Communion shit was about. So once you find it, and I got a Dragon Heart, I was like, I gotta use it.
I have to use this now.
I have to use it. And Dragon Maw was the one that I picked.
Our other two spells here, we have Greyol's Roar, transform the caster into a dragon to emit a terrible roar, reducing the attack power and defense of nearby enemies. Can hit enemies through walls, floors, and other terrain. It will deal damage to HP and stance and applies a hard knockback if stance is broken. The full cast takes 4 seconds and increases the amount of damage to afflicted enemies by 10% and decreases the damage they deal by 20% for 60 seconds. Just a very good, all-encompassing buff for you and debuff for them. Placiduous Axe's Ruin is our final incantation of the day. Not strictly a Dragon Communion incantation in that it is not obtained by consuming a Dragon Heart, nor enhanced by the Dragon Communion seal, but it is listed here due to its functional and aesthetic similarities. This evokes one of Placiduous Axe's heads, initially generating a large lightning elemental explosion, then sweeping a long-range beam of fire in a frontal clockwise 180-degree arc, a similar counterclockwise arc, and finally an upward arc. So it's a multifaceted incantation, to be sure. Despite the appearance, the incantation has 360 degrees control and can be aimed by using the directional movement during the cast. The entire beam can hit the same area using this technique. Pretty cool. Yeah, point-blank spherical AoE, continuous long-range 180-degree AoE. Sick stuff.
It does not require any arcane either.
You really don't like arcane, I can tell.
I know, but that one's actually, that's like one of the few dragon ones that doesn't. I think it's the only one.
So that was incantations. There will be... Shadow of the Erdtree is going to be big.
Yeah.
And there will be at least... and there'll be a follow-up episode where it'll be both sorceries and incantations from Shadow of the Erdtree. I don't know if it'll be its own episode, but we'll have at least one episode addressing the new spells to make sure it's a complete picture. Yeah. That's what I got today.
Do you think they're going to come out with any sort of guidebook like they did for Elden Ring for Shadow of the Erdtree?
I would like one Shadow of the Erdtree book to go with the other two.
Yeah, I think they probably will.
I think they should.
Yeah, if it's going to be that big, I bet you they do.
I think it would warrant it. And I wouldn't mind another art book because I have the two big art books. And there's a third one, which is another art book just from the Shadow of the Erdtree. That'd be great. I just started reading the third manga, and it's great. We run into Blackguard, Big Boggart, and Raya, and we see Patches again. I'm enjoying that manga more than I thought I would. I guess I'm just a sucker for the art style and the characters, so just seeing them in any capacity makes me happy.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening to this, that means you're awesome, and we appreciate you. Special thanks to all of our Patreon executive producers, including Rykard, Christy Nick, Malekip the Black Blade, Blackguard Big Brian Ward, Jordan Hoslow, Sorceress of Blood, Festering Fingerprint Phil Wright, Iron Fist Phil Just Phil, Knights Cavalry Cold El Gardno, Bell Bearing Hunter Bryant Ross, Crucible Knight Kelly Gutowski, and new executive producer Justin Melismer, the Impaler.
Dope name.
Dope
I
name.
like Melismer.
Justin Melismer. Yes. Thanks so much to everyone for joining us. Our next episode will be a little party episode where we just hang out and discuss random questions and thoughts about the Lands Between before Shadow of the Erdtree. Mostly just going to be a little celebration before we get to Beyond the Veil.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for the DLC, and I can't believe that it's almost here. So we don't have much time.
So rest yourselves up, folks. Yeah. It's around the corner. And we will see you next time on Elder Dogs. Close the door on your way out. This library is not for anyone.